back to my channel. Hello if you are new. So we are in my bedroom today. If you hear noises, I have my washer going and my dishwasher going. I just returned back from Nashville not even 5 hours ago, but I wanted to get this filmed for you guys. This is my July budget setup. This is going to be absolutely fantastic for you guys because this will be my first full month on my new income from my raise that I received. This is going to be a 5 paycheck month, so the income is pretty high this month because of those two things, and I'm just really excited to share with you what my budget's going to look like. Now, I can tell you that I set up this budget at the same time that I did my July budget update or my June budget update, but unfortunately, just as I explained in that video, my phone would not record for more than 2 minutes. So you guys are on my new phone. Hello. But the budget has already been set up. So I am sorry for those of you that are new. Normally I set up and finalize budgets and update budgets with you guys. But due to my phone breaking and having to get a new phone, I didn't have the time to do that, and I had already updated part of it before I realized that it wasn't filming correctly. So you guys won't get to see the actual setup, but you will get to see the results of the setup. I can also tell you that this may change. I am starting to sell of the bigger furniture and a lot of items in my house. I'm sending a lot off to donations if it's not selling, because I am going to transform my front and middle bedrooms into more defined spaces and just get rid of the extra stuff that I haven't used since before the pandemic. So it's time to clean everything out and reorganize, so you guys will see purchases made to better organize, and you will hopefully see some income coming from the items that I am selling. So let's go ahead and get into my July budget setup. Okay, you guys, so we're going to start with income first. As you can see, we have 5 weeks and they're all at $690.01. I can tell you already that my first paycheck, I already got the pay stub for it because of how the week falls. It is on the 1st. So that will be coming in, and I'm hoping that the bonus bucks continue at my work so the income will be even higher, but that means that the planned income for this month is $3,450.05. I'd really like to hit $4,000 with everything that I am selling and bonus bucks and anything else that I can do to earn extra money. I'd really like to get the $4,000 mark just this month as a challenge to myself. For giving, because of this extra income, you're going to see some higher than normal stuff. So for gifts, I have $300 planned to go in there, which means there's $385.65. The reasoning for this being so high isn't because I have something going on in July. It is because I'm going to start saving for Christmas, as well as continue to save up for any birthdays or holidays that are going on. So this $385.65 is the start, the big bump for Christmas here. Giving is $20. I would like to raise this a little bit. We're going to see kind of where I land at the end of the month in June to see if I can bump this up, which means I have $70 in there win the fund. My grandma paying me back. We are still in June, so she will pay me back at the end of the month, but this $210.47 is actually for the month of July, and what that is I pre-schedule her grocery pickup and she goes and picks it up, so this is what she will owe me when the grocery pickup occurs, as well as I put in a Chewy order for her, and that will be processed in July as well. I already have the prices, but because they are on auto ship or scheduled in advance, I already know the costs. So that is there, and other is nothing. For housing and utilities, we have $370.15 as my rent. Water, I'm budgeting $40. This is possibly going to have to go up as well, due to the fact that not only has water increased in cost overall, but also with my garden, I am watering more often. I'm using more water. I'm not wasting the water, but I am definitely doing that, as well as the fact that I don't have a huge amount of dishes, but I'm using more dishes at my house since I'm not going out. So the trade-off to that is that I'm using more water running my dishwasher instead of going out to eat. It's still cheaper than going out to eat, but I do want to reflect that there are some expenses that may go up because of that. Natural gas, I already know that natural gas is auto pay and is coming out on the 6th of July for $21.70. I'm budgeting $200 for my electricity. I'm really hoping it's not that high, but there is the chance that it does reach that, and it's possible due to the price of electric increasing significantly where I live. Everything has gone up, I'm sure as most of you guys have also seen, but because of the significant increase in cost of electric, I may have the highest electric bill I've ever had and go over $200 this summer, which would be really sad for me, but I'm not changing how I'm doing. I'm not using an extensive amount of electricity or way more than I normally have in the past. Internet, $70, and I can go ahead and put this in as coming out on the 10th. It will actually come out on the 11th due to the 10th falling on a Sunday for the internet. Household maintenance, I'm putting $200 in there. I also might have to raise this due to the fact that the maneuvering of what is going on in the organization that I explained at the beginning of the video. I'm hoping to get money from selling my stuff, but I know that it won't be enough to purchase the new stuff because it is used. So I'm hoping that some of it will help out, but I may raise this a little bit to contribute to the bookshelves and the possible new freezer and just other items that I have going on to make this house more livable and organized. Lawn care is $0. Pet care, $50 is $127.67. I do not know the amounts, but I do know that my dog's food will be coming out within the next few days. I do not know whether that will hit in June or July when the payment will actually process. It falls right on the end of the month, so I'm not sure which budget this will be in, June's or July's. And trash is $14. Going to transportation, you will see the big change here is I did raise my gas. So for the past, 4 years, maybe even longer, my gas bill has been $250. Most months I did not even get close to that. Specifically during the pandemic, I didn't even spend $100. But even for years before that, I had been budgeting $250 and not getting close to that. I am getting close to that every single month now, whether I am driving a lot or not. And unfortunately, I can't really cut back the way that I'm driving, although I would like to. Most of my gas money ends up going towards me driving to and from work. And most of the other gas that I use is going to and from my grandma's house or the grocery store. And I do try to limit the amount that I go to the grocery store and kind of group things together. So if I'm running one errand, I try to run them all at the same time, so I'm using the least amount of gas and not constantly getting out of the house. But unfortunately, it's not making a huge difference. So recommendation to you guys, try what I just said first. Do you really need to get out? Next, grouping your errands so you can get everything done all at once, and it's all in the same area. That'll limit your gas, but at the end of the day, I think everyone is seeing an increase in gas, so that's why it's raised to $300. Maintenance, that is set to $310. We're now at $600 available for maintenance. I will be getting an oil change this month, but I believe that I had the 5 oil changes, so I get this one free if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that includes the taxes and everything. I'll have to see, but either way it will either be $0 or a small amount for the oil change. But my goal is to get to $1,000 just to set aside for any incidentals that may occur, fund wise for that. Groceries, I've budgeted $100, and restaurants, I have budgeted $100. Again, I'm really getting into cooking and things like that. Ideally, I don't want to spend this much on eating out, but as it is a bigger month for me, I am going to allow myself to spend a little bit more if I want, since I have the extra income this month, and then if I don't, great. Lifestyle. So my phone bill is actually, I can tell you right now, is going to go up a little bit. I don't have the final cost, but I do know that there is a charge for getting a new phone. Not the charge for the phone itself, but the activation fee and all of that. So I will wait to see what my bill is before I adjust this, but I do know it's about $45-ish higher than this. So that will be reflected here. Entertainment, we're back down to $50. So I have $114.76 in here. I did spend money that is not reflected in here, so this will actually be lower. I need to put in my spending from Nashville, so this will be lower than the $114, but I have $50 going in for the month of July. Medical, $200. I will be getting my contacts in July. I've ordered them, but I don't think they'll come in within the next 2 days. So I am going to go ahead and budget this month for them with what is left on my insurance benefit card, and then in my medical amount there. And we will see kind of where we end up with the cost. My goal again is, I don't have a goal set. I thought I did. So my goal would be to have around $500 sitting in there. Ideally, my insurance benefits card would cover pretty much everything. I'm going to jump down a little bit. I'm putting $1,000 on a card this year. My expenses, $25 a month for therapy, $45 a month for my chiropractor, $30 a month for my medicine, and $700-ish, it's an estimate, dollars for my contacts, equals $1,200 a year. So I am short the money. I didn't do this till I was already into the year and spent other money on the card. So I'm even shorter than the $200 that needs to be to finish out the year. So this is for future me to know any expenses. Those are the planned ones, and I can go from there. I may increase the insurance benefit card amount as well. Clothing. So for clothing, I'm putting in $100. You will see it says I have $75 or $72.55 available. It's because I'm over the amount. And it's actually because I'm waiting on the refund for a pair of jeans that I have that will put me back in the positive range. I sent them back. I haven't gotten the refund yet. Once I get it, it will go in the budget and it won't be negative anymore. Hair and beauty, $50. This is a fund now, and it will be for anything like shampoos, conditioners, nail polish, makeup, anything like that. So I will look for sales this month on those items. I know I'm going to need razor blades, but I'm going to look for sales on those types of items, and see where we end up. I do try to stock up on the months that I don't get my hair done. And previously I put this in household maintenance, but I really just want to start separating it out since I'm starting to do more household related items. I wanted to start separating it. Spotify and Hulu is $9.99. Netflix is $9.99. I believe that June will be the final full month. I'm planning on canceling it in July. I'm not sure when my Netflix pulls. I'll have to check, so I may have it through July. It just depends. But I believe Netflix will be canceled. I just don't think that they are offering as much for the price that justifies me keeping it. I tend to watch YouTube more often, and Hulu comes free with my Spotify. So I feel like that is an option if I do need something else. And then Prime, I obviously pay for shipping and the other things they offer. And so again, it really offers more than Netflix. I'm not saying I will never have Netflix again, but I just can't justify it at this point with prices going up and everything else. And I have different priorities now. Acorns, I am still going to continue to invest my regular. Even with the economy going down, I know some people are freaking out and selling, which I believe is a mistake. I'm not giving financial advice, but I personally think it is a mistake. And I've heard a lot of other actual financial professionals say it is a mistake. So I'm not going to do that. However, a lot of them are saying to invest more because you're buying into the market at a low cost. And while that is true, I really, for me, myself personally, unless I find something different and new and exciting I want to invest in, I want to do kind of slow and steady wins the race style, and I'm just going to keep investing the same amount each month. And then we've already discussed my insurance benefit card. Then we have insurance. So I am going to continue putting in the per month amount. So $60 a month for car insurance, meaning we are up to $180. $10 for car tags, meaning we are up to $20. My housing will come out this month. I don't know the final cost, just because I imagine my house insurance is going to go up because everything else has. So I'm hoping that this is enough to cover it. If not, then I will have to readjust my budget. But then I will do $34 for 12 months is my hope. But we will see. Identity, $17 a month. I already have the $200 for it to come out this month. And taxes, $42 a month for my taxes to be done. And for extra, just in case I owe any, I imagine I will now that my income has gone up. Which leaves us for money for a future house. You guys, I have $775 set aside for a future house this month. This is very exciting. Like I said, there are a few other areas that I imagine will adjust this a little bit to make it a little bit lower. But as of now, this means I will have $1,522.27 in my future house fund. This is a very big, exciting deal for me to finally be able to save up this down payment or contribute to a down payment for a house. My goal for this is $30,000. Obviously, that's a very big amount, and I really would like to have $20,000 to get rid of the PMI. But if the perfect house comes along, since it is my first home, I would be willing to put a lesser amount down to get the house for the right price in the right house. But I do have a price limit for this house. I'm not going to be sharing that on here. I don't know how much of the finances of a future house I would be putting on here except the down payment. But we will see how it goes. This obviously would also contribute to closing costs and everything else. So I do need to kind of keep an eye on things and see where I am. So for percentage wise, let's see where we are. So giving is at 9%, 28% for housing and utilities, 18% for transportation. We're kind of going down the list. My highest percentage is housing and utilities, which I feel like is the correct thing to have. Housing and utilities, giving is almost up to 20% or to 10%, which is good. Transportation or savings is my next highest, which is ideally I would have savings as the highest always, but I know that that's not always possible, especially with prices going up so much. But then the next one after that is transportation, and then lifestyle. And so much goes into lifestyle, especially with medical being in there. I'm not sure that these categories accurately reflect savings. For instance, giving has gifts in it, and then lifestyle has my phone bill and my medical in it, and my insurance card isn't part of insurance. And I don't really want to adjust these categories just because I've had them there for so long and I know where they are. But I feel like when you're setting up your budget, maybe look at these categories over here and make sure that the percentage accurately reflects more what's being saved or spent in the categories you're in. Okay, so there you guys go. That is my July budget setup for 2022. As you can see, the raise is in effect. Things are exciting. There could be a lot of changes happening in the sense of the budget being adjusted. So make sure to check out the update and the final budget to see where this ends up, what numbers are changed. Now that I have a new phone, you guys should actually see the changes that I make for the planned amounts and what I end up spending. So I'm really excited about that. I do have to go in and enter what I spent for Nashville. Most of my costs were covered, so I wasn't worried about going over. But I did get my nails done before I left to look nice for the conference and a few other things. So I do have a few items to put in my budget, not a lot, but I do want to reflect those appropriately in my June budget. So I'm going to go in now and do that so I can do the final June budget for you guys next week, and you guys can see where I ended up. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these budget videos. If you want to see how I paid off debt, you can go back and watch, I think, 2 or 3 years worth of videos where you can see how I paid off debt and how I spent money. You can see how I handled the pandemic costs and what I am now doing to save up for the next step in my life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.